Welcome back to my channel. This is part 3, I believe, of what if Deku was a mafia boss. And if you read the community tab, you know that I'm thinking about doing a Naruto what if Naruto was in purgatory. Now, let me talk some on that. What if? So, I'm thinking about doing the 7 deadly sins purgatory, not our world purgatory, the 7 levels. But I have to do the math to see how long Naruto will be there. It said Bond was there for like 700 something days. Right here. 720 years, actually. So I gotta figure that out and get that all calculated and see how old Naruto will be. But he's still gonna look like a kid. I'm gonna send him at the age of 4. Then I'm gonna tell you the rest when I get to the what if. So let's just get into the story. Alright. Most of this series been trash anyway. Because I've been rushing it. Alright, so this is the day they have to pick class representatives. So they pick Ida and Momo. So Ida and Momo are the class representatives. Well, class presidents and the vice president. So, they go and, to lunch after, that happened. While eating, Monoma tries to Monoma doesn't try to hit anyone. Because Bakugo ain't sitting on the side. Deku was on, and only side that was on there was only females. So, Shigaraki steals the papers from UA. And, that causes the alarm to go off because he disintegrated the gate. He then, he steals the paper, like I said. The news people come in there and, the teachers kick him out. Everyone was panicking, and Ida still did his, speech like he did in canon with Uraraka's help. They said that Ida's, a good position as, class president. So, they didn't get on the bus to go into USA. They go there, as they go there, they don't go inside. So they see 13, and 13 says, tells them what the USA stands for and what they're going to be doing here, rescue training. And then, the villains come out. Kirishima asks Aizawa, are we supposed to be doing, villain training? As Aizawa says, no. These are real villains. 13, get the students out of here. As they try to open the door, but it's locked. Says 13 calling, more heroes. She says, which I do believe is a she says that she can't. Kaminari tries, but he can't either. As always says, dang, they have jammers. And, on the other side of the city, inside his mansion, Deku was just sitting there. He sees that Momo's phone has gone offline. Because, Deku had a track on her phone to always protect her. And, Uraraka's also went offline. Deku's thinking that something is wrong. Something is happening. So, he gets some of his, goons, as you can say. Some of his mafia people, get them in cars, and they drive off. They drive off before Inko can ask Deku what's going on, but, they just leave. So, a trail of 8 cars, go to the USA, but it's going to take a while to get there. Now, the students still going through what they did in canon. They get teleported to different areas. Aizawa still fights off all the villains like he did in canon. But, after a while, he still gets taken down by Nomu. Had to fight the Nomu. He thinks it had a strength enhancement quirk, but it didn't. The Tsuyu Mineta actually escapes with the help of Kendo. Like, and everyone else is somewhat safe. No one's hurt yet. No one's affected. This one, after a while, like a couple minutes, the USJ's gate explodes. Everyone sees this and they looked at that direction. And then, they don't hear anything for a while and they don't see anyone because it's still smoky. But then a couple of villains start dropping. And then, they see someone walking through the smoke. A boy with green hair, a suit on, and a coat over his suit. Just start walking through. And then after him came a whole bunch of people also with suits on, but holding guns with suppressors. As Deku had his hand in the air, then he put it down. As they just start shooting again, taking out villains left and right. The villains are wondering what's going on. Deku did, reached into his suit pocket, pulls out like I'm gonna say a Desert Eagle. Actually, no, he pulls out a 500 Magnum. If you know what that gun is, I think it's like a revolver, but it's way bigger. 500 Magnum. I can't speak. It's so weird. I can't speak, but when I'm not recording, I can speak perfectly fine. Well, I don't care. I probably will do the Purgatory Naruto actually this night. Well, this day, if I remember. But I probably won't. No, knowing me, have a bad memory. So, Deku then aims straight at the Nomu. He shoots, killing the Nomu. While he killed it, shoot it through the head. Take out the brain. No. Shigaraki is mad because Deku killed this Nomu. Deku then aims at Shigaraki. Well, he don't look at Shigaraki, but he aiming at him. Trying to make it like he aiming at someone else. He shoots. Shigaraki just feels nothing but pain. Deku don't miss, but Deku was aiming so he wouldn't kill Shigaraki because he wanted to interrogate him to find out what's happening, because he can see that Shigaraki is clearly the ringleader. Deku did ask his subordinates to keep a couple of people alive to question them. He says move out. And his people start moving out through the entire USJ as they go rescue students, and kill villains. And, keep some alive but capture them. Deku then start walking down the stairs slowly. He walks up to Aizawa and actually heals him. He then, walks over to 13 and heals her. Aizawa says, What are you doing? Wait, you're Izuku Midoriya. Freeze. As he try to, wrap Deku up in his scarf. Deku then just, he basically just dodges it and tells Aizawa, you don't want to do that. Aizawa says, I must capture you for what you have done, or killing, that you did. Deku says, listen here, hero. You're actually a good hero, so I won't kill you. Not like the rest. You're someone I respect. So, just sit there and wait till everything is over. Aizawa wants to say something and he wants to do something, but he knows he can't defeat Deku. But he's gonna try. But, he tries to undertake Deku down, but Deku just pulls out a taser and tases Aizawa. Now Aizawa is, shocked from this taser, and he can't move for a little while. Now, all the villains are cleaned up. Shigaraki got away, with Kurogiri. Now, they took the Nomu's body, so, they can't, research it. Everything just happened. Now, Deku rallies up all the students and all the villains that are still alive. The ones that are not, Deku said, just leave them here for the heroes to take. He then takes the villains, put masks over their faces, and tells them to bring them to the cars. As they do that, Deku then, walks over to Momo and says, Miss Shairozu, send your parents my regards. As, he then walks over to the Rock and says, also send your parents my regards. I will see you all later. As he starts walking off, Bako then stops Deku and says, Zuko, wait. As Deku looks back and says, Bakugo, how have you been? As Bako walks over to Deku with his face clenched, he walks over to him and then he, goes to punch him. Deku dodges and says, Bako says, you damn nerd, why did you kill them? As Deku says, well, Bakugo, like I told you last time, some people have to die. It's sacrifice. For other people to change, you must sacrifice to other people. But most of the time, if someone is actually good, I can see it in their heart that they're truly good, I leave them alive. If they have that slither of goodness inside of them, I leave them alive. But if their souls are pitch black, their hearts have no love, then I kill them. You know this, Bakugo. As Deku swings, his coat, and he walks away. Everyone asks Bakugo, so the mob boss, Izuku Midoriya. Bakugo says, yes, I do. I say, what is your relationship with him? Bakugo says, we grew up together. We were childhood friends. And then, the bastard moved away. Him and his mother. I never really knew where he got all that money from. But I know it wasn't from robbing banks, because he doesn't have that in him to do that. He would never do that. Yeah, Deku stopped, selling the narcotics. Well, not narcotics, but the drugs, that help, people. Because, he don't want to do it anymore. He just want people to find a cure on their own for them to be successful. Oh, yeah. Also, Aries being, watched over by, Deku's mom, by Inko. Deku do get, assassination jobs for people that's actually good, but Deku don't accept them. And, other things like that. And Shigaraki hates Deku, but he can't do anything because, Deku's too powerful. And he don't have quirk erasing bullets. Now, Deku then, tells his people to roll out as they take the villains away. Deku then, calls in a helicopter to come pick him up and the rest of the people that's there. As he's waiting there, the heroes will get there, all might get there. They see Deku, they say freeze, try to take him down. Deku says, heroes, heroes, heroes. You guys won't be able to catch me anyway. Not strong enough. Not fast enough. Not smart enough. And some of you, I can see it in your souls that they're pitch black. Without redemption, I can't save you. But there are some of you who can be redeemed, who can be brought back to the word of heroism instead of villainism. Instead of being a villain, you become a hero again. But that's not here or today. As a ladder comes down, the little ladder that they use in the military to catch, the people, to climb back on the helicopters. Comes down, Deku and his people grab on and they fly off. All Might then rushes in to see what happened. He see the dead bodies. He see the students. Aizawa in 13. All Might asks what happens. Aizawa says the crime, the mafia boss, Izuku Midoriya of the Green Dragon, basically came here, saved us and killed, most of the villains, but took some of them hostage. He then continued saying that Bakugo knows him. So does Momoyagi Rozu and, Ochako Uraka. I might ask Bakugo what's his relationship with Deku. He said he used to be my childhood friend and we grew up together. He asked Momo. Momo says that her family, asked Deku to protect me. Uraka says that, Deku, saw something good inside me. He wanted to support me so I can become, a good hero. I might just leave it at that. He don't want to pry too much into their own personal information. But, the heroes come in, they see the dead bodies, they call the ambulance, the corners. They take all the rest of the villains' bodies and, they clean them off, they get the bullets out, then they prep them for burial. They bury the villains, the ones that died. Aizawa explains that there was a monster here that he tried to erase his quirk. He thought it was super strength, but it wasn't. Every time he punched it, it did nothing. He's thinking that it had shock absorption, because even if you're that strong, my punches will do something. And he thinking that it had a little, regeneration. He don't know the extent of the regeneration, but he knows it had it. Because, when Deku shot him in the head, it did try to heal up, because, it was a bodily function, try to heal up the brain, but it was too late. Deku shot one of the most important parts of the brain. So, back at Deku's mafia place, Deku then flies in with his helicopters. The cars, already there. They brought the villains in. They brought them to the lower floors. No one's allowed past there. Well, most people aren't allowed past there. Like Unko, she's not allowed to go down there because Deku don't want her to see what's down there. Just, it's basically like a prison for villains. It's also where he interrogate villains, also a prison for heroes and villains, so they can learn their wrongdoings and probably, get over them. But, the ones with the darker souls get killed. So Deku brings all the villains down to his interrogation room. He puts them on there. He then, starts interrogating them. Why did you attack, UA? Then he said, I ain't telling you nothing. Deku then says, wrong answer, as he shoots one in the leg. And, he starts screaming. He says, all right, fine. We wanted to kill All Might, okay? That's all I know. That's all that man told us. He wanted to kill All Might. He says, what was his name? I don't know. I don't know his name. What was the other's name then? His name, it was Shigaraki, okay? That's all he told us. He said his name was Shigaraki Tomura. Who was behind all this? I don't really know. They just said that their master told them. What was the misty guy's name? I think his name was Kurigiri. Good. As Deku then walks over to the next person. He starts asking every single last one of them, why did they, join, and, who recruited them. The answers were all the same, to kill All Might, and, Shigaraki was the one who, invited them. But, they don't know where the hideout is, who was behind, Shigaraki, or anything else. They just know that select, information. Deku says, alright. As it says, you may all die honorably. And they say, what? As Deku said, snaps his finger, as his, people basically kill the rest of the, villains. They didn't bury them, in one of the best, burial spots, because they gave them such valuable information. They know that the enemy now is Shigaraki Tomura and Kurigiri, but no last name. As Deku does send his information over to the heroes, saying that the people that attacked the UHA, was a man named Shigaraki Tomura and, Kurigiri. And Deku says, "You shall get no more information than this." Now, they do the sports festival, after a while, oh yeah, UA doesn't get that bad rep because, no student got hurt from what they seen. But they did hear that the mafia boss did come in and, save the rest of the students. But they don't tell them the relationship between the mafia boss and some of the students. No. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, UA students get a month off. Other classes think that's not a month, a week off. Other classes think that's not fair. How they get time off? The teachers had to explain to them. They basically just saw people die. Do you think they'll be okay after that? They just saw people die. They got attacked by villains. Would you be okay if you just seen people die right in front of you? And some people, everybody kept quiet. He says exactly. Oh yeah, something else is different. What's his name? Shinso, he actually a part of Deku's mafia. And he actually wanted to go to UA. So, he went, along with Todoroki went. So, two people from Deku's mafia. And Shinso is in class 1B. He can get into class 1A because his quirk not flashy, and it's not that powerful. But, his body is developed and he do know martial arts. He can't fight. He can, use weapons. Some Deku training him in it. And Todoroki. Yeah, Todoroki, he isn't really a part of Deku's mafia, but he is looked after by Deku because Dabi is a part of Deku's mafia. Dabi did train Todoroki in his fire, and Ray trained Todoroki in his ice. So, Todoroki was much stronger in this one. Now, the sports festival rolls around, they go there. Some people still thinking about what that event that happened at the USA. They ask Baku how he's okay with it. Baku says he just doesn't dwell on it. He doesn't go back to the past. He always, thinks about his future. Why am I even doing this? ADHD is so weird. Okay. So, Baku has to give a speech at the sports festival because he still, got first place. So he says, I'm going to win. Everyone does hate him for saying that, but, like when they say it's typical. And Deku's watching too. Most of his mafia people is watching. Dabi is just sitting there eating popcorn. They're all just watching on Deku's flat screen TV. It's very big, bro. And it's showing, the sports festival. Deku just smiling, looking at Bakugo, saying this idiot. Eri just sitting on Inko's lap because she thinks, Eri thinks of Inko as a mom because, Inko took her in. When everyone else was scared of her, used her. Deku, his mafia, Inko, his Sashi, and everyone else, treated her kindly. So, why am I keep doing this? Let me just leave it. The sports festival start is the first portion. I feel like my voice just got louder ever since I sat back. It's the race. So, like TK, they did the race. So, Todoroki doesn't do that ice thing he did in Cannon because he really don't care about winning. He just wants to show off his power to his father and show that he's much different from him. And he just, in a burst of ice and flames, disappear. Well, not disappear per se. He just, in a burst of flames and ice, he just, speed blitzes everyone else. besides Bakugo, who can keep up from his, explosions and one for all. Oh yeah, Todoroki, his quirk, did, enhance some. So in its flames, there is, signs of, blue. It's red and blue mixed in. It's not at the, capacity of Dobby's, but, it's still hot and it's still powerful. But, he can control it to the point where it doesn't burn anything. And, he just, uses fire and his ice. And his ice, basically, it's basically normally blue, but, it has signs of white in it, showing that, actually, no, I think it's, ice is, yeah, his ice is blue, I believe, but, it got signs of white, showing that his ice is getting colder. So his fire is hotter and his ice are colder. They're equal. Instead of like in Canon, where his fire was weaker, but his ice was stronger. So, since his quirk is balanced, it's more powerful for Todoroki. And, he can use it more freely. Instead of only having to use it in, just one arm and one leg. He actually can switch it up and use both of them, fire both arms and ice in both legs, or he can use, ice in both arms and fire both legs, or he can just, switch them all, both up, use, fire on the left side and ice on the right side. He can do stuff like that. And that's what he's currently doing. He has ice in his legs, so he can, basically slide across the ground, but he was in the fire to boost himself forward, so making himself faster. Endeavor is seeing this, and he says Todoroki is so much stronger now. What did he train? Who trained him to use his fire like this? His quirk, evolved. He's mad because he didn't do it, and he's also mad that Todoroki won't talk to him, and that, Todoroki doesn't, speak about him. Yeah, Todoroki did change his name to, something, whatever Ray's last name is, they changed it. Because they don't want to be close to Endeavor. So now I'm just going to call him Shoto. From now on. Well, I'm going to try to, but I might slip up saying Todoroki because that's what I'm used to. So, Shoto blasts off Team Rocket. Bakugo keeps up with him because, one for all and, his explosion quirk. So, they rushing through things. Todoroki, he still freezes to the 0 pointer. He then, puts flame on one of them, and then he just keeps going, melting the 0 pointer, and, destroying another one. Bakugo just lets out a huge explosion, knocking the 0 pointer over, and it crashes into, a couple of other 0 pointers, immobilizing them so they can't get up. So he just keeps running. And, soon everyone else catches up to that scene, they just go past the 0 pointers, don't try to take them out because some of them not strong enough as, Bakugo or, Todoroki. Now, what's it called? The tightrope thing, Todoroki just uses his ice to go over it. Bakugo uses his explosions to, propel himself over it. They keep going. The minefield, Bakugo, thinks about it, and he says that's a good idea as he, starts, putting explosions in front of him to blow up the mines. And Todoroki, gets blasted back by this, but he, still keeps going, and, he, blows up some mines also. But Bakugo he is first place instead of Todoroki. And Ida gets third. So on and so forth. Now, Bakugo's team is the same as in canon. Araka's team is also the same, but they had one more person, and that person was actually Shinso. Yeah, Shinso was their team. Because, Araka met Shinso before. So, Shinso team was different, just a random person. So, they did, Shinso team didn't get that. Oh, I watched that. Shinso team didn't get their headband stolen, or rocking them. Didn't get their headband stolen, Shinso didn't mind control, Ed, Ejiro, whatever his name is, can't remember. Tail guy, since he didn't, control him or anybody else, they don't feel the way they did and they don't drop out the tournament. But, some of the teams do get taken out, like, Ejiro, whatever his name is. His team do get taken out, so they won't be in the tournament. So everyone who was in the tournament is in the tournament this time, except Deku, So first fight, it is. I'm gonna say everybody has their same place because I don't really want to change it up that much. So instead of Kendo being in Deku's spot, it's actually just a random, and Shinso beats the random. Actually using his quirk. He says, "Can I ask you a question?" He says, "Yeah." Shinso says, "I got you. Now walk out the ring." As he, walks out the ring, the heroes wondering what Shinso did, and then Aizawa explains. His name is Shinso, whatever. I can't remember it. He has a mind control quirk. Yeah, pretty useful. Not mind control, brainwashing, I think it is. I gotta sneeze, but I don't want to, so I'm gonna hold it in. Unless it comes out. Okay, I can hold it in for now. He says he got a brainwashing quirk. Hero says that's pretty useful. Just take down villains, get information. So, and when those fights go like in candy, people get defeated, people win. Well, obviously, it's a tournament. Everyone, that won in candy wins. Everyone that loses in candy loses. Almost still loses, even though quirk was more developed. Because, Tokiyama just had that, strength advantage. With Black Shadow. No. Dark Shadow. Oh, yeah. If you guys want to know a spoiler, I just learned this. But I don't know if you actually know about it. The last Ronin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just figured out who it was, and I am so surprised. I wish I could actually read the comics. I really want to see it. I really love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, something I grew up on. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, Danny Phantom, the American Dragon, Jack Long, SpongeBob, a lot of other things. They just so cool to me. So I was thinking about doing another what if, what if Deku was the last Ronin. And if you guys actually want me to spoil who it is, unless you actually want to go read it, but you can't read it for free. So I just read it off YouTube, or something like that. Because the person who was talking about it, was explaining it, but I muted my phone, I just read it. And that's what I did. And I don't really want to spoil anyone who the last Ronin is. I don't want to spoil who the last Ronin, the turtle is. I can't tell you guys, because it was really a shocker to me. I was shocked when I figured out who it was. And I can't believe it was. I was just shocked. Just, watch it or read it if you have Amazon or something like that. Or you can actually read it. I don't know where you can find it, but just do it. So, not Deku. Now it was Bakugo versus Todoroki. Everyone else just fought their fights. Bakugo versus Todoroki. Bakugo actually wins by canon. All the battles over. Bakugo actually went light on Uraraka. Even though Uraraka know how to use her quirk more. And she, listens to Deku, as Deku says, create rubble, use that rubble by making it float, making it, zero gravity, toss it, and then, stop the zero gravity so it keeps its weight, but also keeps its momentum. That you can get, projectiles that's, you know, or you can basically use, your weight on yourself. You're quirking yourself and basically make yourself float and, keep, turn your quirk on, turn it off so you can, move faster, punch harder, a lot of things like that. So Araka, even though she did this, Bako still beat her. And Bako won the sports festival. And, All Might's giving them one of their awards, telling them, good job, you did this great, you did this right. He hit the Bako, he says, you have combat before, Bako Akatsuki, you use your quirk pretty well, you're pretty well versed in, fighting, and, just congratulations. He says, thank you, All Might. And Ida still gets that phone call that his brother is hurt. He's thinking about going after revenge, but you're going to see about that in the next part. Alright, peace out. See you guys later. Thanks for watching, and, see you next time. Bye.